Hello, welcome to this update for the U.S. and Canada. So let's see what's happening. We still have this cold blast coming, some potential winter storms, and right now it's not that active, but we do have still some winter weather advisories near the Appalachians, Pennsylvania, and in Ohio. Some winter storm warnings in the Appalachians because some instability around the Great Lakes that had some lake effect yesterday. On the west, we do have some wind weather advisories near Montana, Wyoming, mixed with some wind warnings, some air stagnant advisories, and an air quality alert near Idaho and Oregon, and even some mixed dense fog advisories. So let's see, still red flag warning in the spot of California and some frost advisories, but nothing that crazy. In Canada, we do have some cold and assistance central Canada, like Saskatchewan, those areas. So in Alberta, we do have some snow squall watches on those the yellow areas there, and some Alberta. So snow squall, so wind warnings, watch snow squall watches, and more wind warnings near Alberta. So click on wind, strong northwest winds to 90 km/h is expected tonight. Falling snow is also expected. The combination of strong winds and snow may cause poor visibility in some areas due to blowing snow. Winds will weaken by Friday morning, so be aware. More wind warnings here, even some freezing rain warnings in a spot or two in Alberta. Freezing rain expected to begin early this morning. Freezing rain will change to snow in the afternoon. Surfaces, highways, roads, walkways, parking lots may become icy and slippery, so be aware there. There are a bunch of other warnings too. So British Columbia, some snowfall warnings, some areas there in Manitoba, more snowfall, and winter storm watches in the yellow. So in Alberta, Clippers poised to impact the Red River Valley through Friday morning with reduced visibility and likely in snow and blowing snow some spots in Alberta, and this Manitoba. So be aware, shows like southern Manitoba, and more warnings like snowfall warnings are in some spots in Manitoba. In Nunavut, just a blizzard warning. Baker Lake, Ontario, some more winter weather advisories, some snowfall warnings in a spot or two. So if you click here, that shows some winter weather travel advisory, reduced visibility at times due to snow and blowing snow. So be aware. Some more warnings: Saskatchewan for snowfall and blowing snow advisories, and in Yukon some snowfall warnings in some areas. And these warnings change all the time there. So check the link in the description when you watch this to see the updated forecast. So be aware, the map here for the US shows that snow possible near the Great Lakes, Northeast, a little bit heavier West Virginia to southern Pennsylvania today. Some mixed precipitation, snow scattered some parts of the Northwest, even Arizona, and some showers in spots central northern Florida and southern Florida and Washington, Oregon. So day 2 shows more snow possible in some parts of the Rockies and into southern Canada, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and North Dakota, and some freezing rain possible in Ohio and spots of the Appalachians and mixed with precipitation. So be aware. Still some showers in southern Florida and a storm or two in the Gulf. Day 3 shows more freezing rains possible in some parts of the Northeast. Nothing crazy, but there's a finger or two possible there, and some mixed precipitation also in the Great Lakes. And some snowfall in the western and northern Great Lakes into Canada, and some snow in the Rockies, and even some storms in Florida. So be aware, the excessive rainfall still doesn't show anything today, tomorrow, as marginal risk for Saturday, the 18th, near Florida and Georgia for some heavy rain. So be aware there. Day 4 and day 5, still nothing. So snowfall shows those high probabilities in West Virginia today, into Pennsylvania, and even near southwestern New York and some other areas, the lake effect. Day 2 does shows there in Canada, more in Ontario, and more in the Rockies in some areas. Day 3 shows some in Colorado and New Mexico, more in eastern Canada. Day 4 does shows still finger to possible in the Great Lakes, especially in Canada. And so let's see, day 5 shows even some starting through Texas possible. So this next winter storm and some lake effect in some parts of New York and Ontario. And day 6 does show the snowfall probability is more throughout the southeast and very close to the Gulf. And day 7 still some there on the east. So we'll keep monitoring this. Shows day 3 through 7 hazards. They update this like every day or two. So add this link, it's on the description too, but let's see what they have now. Some heavy rain in the southeast on the 18th there, some hazardous cold in all of the blue, central northern US, even to the southeast and all the way west into Idaho. Some high winds possible in the southwest on the 21st, high winds on the 21st to near the north, the central Rockies and the north. Also in Alaska, some high winds probability and heavy precipitation, especially on the 18th and 19th. So be aware. Now day 8 through 14 does show, where is it? Still some probability of hazardous cold in the south, some slight risk of heavy rain, and still some winds showing the southwest. Day 8 through 14. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so be aware. Now about the polar vortex, let's see the Arctic blast. So bitter cold spreads through much of the US and Arctic plunge expected across the Rockies and Great Plains Friday, crossing the deep south and Great Lakes Saturday night in the eastern seaboard on Sunday. Dangerously cold wind chills in the Rockies, northern plains, sorry, and the upper Midwest should see minimum wind chill values of -30 Fahrenheit or colder Saturday into Tuesday. This poses a great risk of hypothermia and frostbite on the exposed skin. Have a cold weather survival kit if traveling. So here you can see very cold and like shows below zero wind chills. The forecast to reach much of the southern plains and Ohio Valley Sunday night into Tuesday. Hazardous cold weather still lingers along the Gulf Coast and southeast US for much of next week. Snowfall potential for the Rockies, brief bursts of snow and gusty winds and in snow squalls could reduce visibility and deteriorating conditions. The cold front races south from Montana Tuesday night and Wyoming, northern Colorado on Friday. So be aware. Now for something else, they have the snowfall estimates possible next 3 days. This is just experimental, but let's see. Shows in the Rockies some the next 3 days, like Montana to New Mexico. Now some in northern Utah, but nothing crazy. More Wyoming, Montana especially. Some spots central Montana to 12 inches or even more. And spotted to central Colorado as well. And the winter storm severity index, this changes all the time too, but right now some moderate to major spotted to West Virginia, some the north there already. So be aware in terms of severe weather. No severe expected today. No storms. Just for day 2, for Friday, a storm or two in the Gulf there, and day 3 in the southeast, Louisiana into Florida, even to the easternmost North Carolina. But nothing crazy. Day 4 through 8, nothing yet still. The fire just elevated some spots Southern California. Nothing crazy, but still be careful there. And sorry, the latest guidance here for the next winter storm. So let's see, first things first, there's this Alberta clipper that I talked about, showing snow today into Friday from much of central southern Saskatchewan to Manitoba, and more snow in Ontario, venturing to Quebec. Quebec more on the 19th, Ontario. On the 18th still reaches Quebec and some in Ontario there, but shows a little bit heavier southern Manitoba through Saskatchewan and Alberta. So be aware of that snow there. But let's see a little bit further out. So shows that heavy rain in the southeast there from the 18th, still some the 19th, and does show some snow forming in North Carolina, Virginia on the 20th, and it goes up the east coast, especially. This indicates some snow in New York too, and more New England into Nova Scotia and other parts of Atlantic Canada later. So be aware that the northeast and mid-Atlantic, like 19th through the 21st, still shows some lake effect after that. But the system everyone's talking about Starts on the 22nd in Texas. You can see some rain there and a few pink spots of freezing rain. It goes, shows more snow on the 23rd, some spots of the plains there, and some freezing rain. Goes, the GFS changes idea all the time, but now it's showing uh, more freezing rain on the 24th, some spots of Tennessee and North Carolina, Virginia, and some heavy rain in the Gulf. Goes there and shows like no, all the way to the mid-Atlantic, the northeast, more snow on the 25th and some freezing rain. Then it goes away there. So be aware those areas, but we'll still monitor this. And here now, the European on the 18th shows that snow some spots of in Canada there, right today to the 17th to Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Ontario, eventually to Quebec, and some on the northeast on the 18th, some interior spots, and then it shows the system some snow in Virginia on the 19th, but it doesn't get as strong as the GFS, just scrapes New England and Nova Scotia with some snow. So yeah, and on the 21st, the show the system starting Texas, some freezing rain in southern Texas, and some snow there throughout the south. And the 21st shows more storms for Florida, the 21st, but some snow reaching North Carolina, some areas. Then it has on the 24th another system for some parts of the Midwest and the Mid-Atlantic, and more later, but that's too far out. But some runs from yesterday did show some other things. So this is the 12Z from yesterday. There go those systems there. But the show on the 21st, more freezing rain and snow in the south. So the European had more snow and freezing rain all the way to the southeast, and more freezing rain on the 23rd. So this was the 12Z from yesterday. Now the Canadian model does show like that Alberta Clipper there. There's no for central Canada. Be careful, some blowing snow, snow squalls and everything, and to New England as well, and the Great Lakes, including New York, Pennsylvania, and even outside the Great Lakes, some snow on the 18th. Shows the season some freezing potential the 19th and snow the Mid-Atlantic, Northeast. The Canadians is always more radical with the ice idea, so it shows the 21st a lot of ice, some freezing rain in Texas, and some snow in Texas, Oklahoma, and some other spots. This goes, the Canadian has like a lot of ice in the south and the snow like in the southeast, even some more later. So it could go this way as well, but oftentimes the Canadian shows this and not that much ice falls. So let's see the icon shows those systems there in Canada and everything. They go the northeast some, the mid-Atlantic there the 19th, and then shows the 21st the southern snow there, Texas, Louisiana, not way to like northern Florida to North Carolina, some snow, and more later. So most models are agreeing that some sort of winter weather system will form there on the 21st, but there's still some uncertainties. So let's see if there's something here for like snowfall. Not sure here. So let's see the GFS here. This is the latest run, shows the snow in Canada from that system there, and this is already until the 19th, shows some heavy accumulations in Ontario to Quebec, in Saskatchewan, to Manitoba and Alberta. So be aware, by the 19th already shows some in the Rockies, the snow there. This goes, and this is until the 22nd, starts showing some snow in Oklahoma, the plains, the 24th, and it climbs the mid-Atlantic southeast there by the 25th. So the GFS is some different ideas. So here for maybe the 12Z from yesterday. So here they did show more snow throughout like Texas to North Carolina and some areas there a little bit further south, but each model varies. Like the European is showing snow very close to the Gulf. There's some snow probabilities. This will be a little bit of some rare southern snow, so we we have to monitor this there. And also next 6-7 days or something shows more in the Sierra Nevada, some snow in Oregon, Washington, especially in Montana, those areas there. Now the GFS again for freezing rain potential. So until the 25th, that shows some freezing rain from Arkansas to Delaware, not like into Virginia, shows some freezing rain there. And that's the 12Z from yesterday. The 0Z today is showing until the 25th some freezing rain starting in Oklahoma, then it stops and shows more from Tennessee to Maine. Shows a heavier area there, freezing rain. So especially on the 23rd starts showing the freezing rain there. But these models change all the time, and we can trust this very well. So let's see. But just be aware there of the potential for the winter storm after the 21st. So now the temperature still shows pretty below average on the east, and some spots in the south, the area of above average there. That then it makes this massive cold dip. This is on Sunday, the 19th, right? These are much below average temperatures, will cause that significant Arctic blast. So this goes the 19th, the European has spreading all the way to Florida. So like very much below average temperature, especially in the northern plains, those areas, it could get brutally cold. So please be mindful. This goes still shows on the 22nd on the east coast, and some more stuff to watch later. This is on the 29th, but we can trust after that time. So the GFS does show dip below average on the east now, a small area of above average, but then this the 19th shows some very much below average, some very nasty cold. This coast there shows on the 22nd more the Midwest and the East Coast, and it goes away. Some more small stuff to watch later. So please be aware those areas. And now just for the Canadian model, a quick look. That shows some small above average there. Then this blast comes, shows it spreading through much of the U.S. and very cold temperatures. So please be prepared those areas and be careful. So let's see if the European has like some temperature thing here. I don't think so, but we'll check some other ones. Like here shows the true meter temperature. So let's see what the European has. So bear this way. Here, let's see if it loads. So shows so let's go a little bit before. So by the 18th, the cold blast still in Canada, but starts coming down. This right in the morning of the 19th shows all the way to -17 North Dakota, some areas. This will be the morning of the 20th or afternoon or something. Shows all the way to -23 in Montana, some spots Wyoming, some 28 in northern Florida. So it goes there. Shows like northeast, the most Minnesota might get as low as -25 according to this on the 21st. The cold blast spreads further east and show like -22 Fahrenheit in some spots of Pennsylvania and in Ohio, West Virginia, some areas on the 22nd. So those areas haven't experienced as much cold as the northern plains this winter yet. So be prepared for this. So let's see. The European has like some 26 south of Jacksonville in Florida, some 21 in northern Florida. So cold there as well. Some things right in northern Alabama, central Alabama. Very cold in the Rockies too. After that it gets a little bit better, but still very cold in some spots. So be careful. Now let's see if it shows anything important for the wind chills. So let's see if it loads here. So this is already the 19th in the morning, shows some minus 33 wind chills North Dakota. This goes shows eventually like minus 39 wind chills, the European model, North Dakota on the 19th. So goes already some 20s wind chills all the way down to Texas, and some 20s, low 20s, like negative 20s in the Rockies and Wyoming. So this goes there. It shows in the morning of the 20th like minus 46 Fahrenheit wind chills. Some areas right on the border with Canada, maybe like some minus 48 or something. So please stay safe. Those are some brutal, very cold temperatures. Goes there, shows like northern Minnesota, some spots minus 30 wind chills, North Dakota spots in Minnesota to minus 38 wind chills, northeast and most Minnesota some minus 39 wind chills, some minus 41. So please stay safe. Some minus 17 wind chills all the way down to Missouri, some 22 in Florida, some minus 4 in northern Texas. The Rockies very cold too. So this goes down to the Midwest, shows some minus 33 wind chills, some spots of Pennsylvania and Ohio, some minus 29 wind chills to minus 31. So stay safe there too. This goes still shows very cold some spots of the Rockies, the northern plains, the northeast on the 23rd, but the cold moves further east. But does show on the 26th more like minus 15, minus 14 wind chills in northern plains there in Montana, all the way to like minus 34 on the 28th again. But that's too far out. So be aware those areas and stay safe, please. Now for like maybe it's good to see the GFS to get a different idea. So this is still the wind chills. Shows like, let's see if it works. So shows on the 17th, it's still in Canada there, but you see those very dark colors in Manitoba there, last in minus 51 Fahrenheit wind chills, some minus 52. So it must be similar to Celsius, but you get the idea. It'll be very brutally cold. Please stay safe in Canada there. So it goes on the 19th, I show some minus 40 wind chills, the GFS North Dakota, some minus 39 to Minnesota. And then it shows on the 20th, 12C, some minus 43 wind chills to North Dakota, some minus 6 down to the Appalachians, some 20 wind chills to northern Florida, even 19 into Texas. This goes there. It doesn't have as aggressive as the European, but it does show some specific spots very crazy. So please be aware. There in like northeastern Ontario, that very dark spot might go to minus 60 wind chills in Fahrenheit. So please stay safe. I'll just verify here. I should know this, but let's just verify. My writing is not so good today. So Fahrenheit does show such a minus 48 degrees Celsius, those wind chills, and in some spots to minus 60 Fahrenheit, maybe goes like minus 50 Celsius wind chills. So be careful. Let's see some actual temperature probabilities now to compare, because on the last few months when we had like minus 43 degrees Celsius in Yukon and some areas, they did mention the possibility those days of minus 60 Celsius wind chill. So if it gets very cold, like minus 44 degrees Celsius, it might go beyond minus 50 wind chill. So please stay safe. So minus 39, so to minus 27, the 17th, already cold in the south there. So minus 22, no, there's a minus 4, so minus 8 in the south, cold some spot to the east as well, and the northwest very cold too. So this cold comes down, and the morning of the 18th, the show raise a minus 32 in some spot in Nunavut to minus 39 or even less, some minus 18, some minus 28, some minus 33, so stay safe. Later on the night of the 19th, does show some minus 34 already in Manitoba, some minus 33, some minus 38, some minus 31. So please stay safe in those areas. And this is just a model. These aren't the actual temperatures that will happen on the ground, because this model is only predicting, but oftentimes it's very accurate there. So here, so this is the 29, not 19. So into the 20th shows this cold spreading all the way to Quebec, some minus 38, some minus 36, some minus 34, some minus 34 still in eastern Alberta, spots Saskatchewan, and in Nunavut minus 39 still. So stay safe. So it goes on the 21st further east, minus 35 to minus 36 in Ontario and Quebec. Southern Ontario to minus 28 there, so be aware. That's Quebec and Ontario, so minus 28 southern Quebec into southern Ontario shows all the minus 29, but in Toronto minus 17, minus 22 in London. So stay safe. Still our northwestern territories in Nunavut very cold. Some are negative temperatures on the west there, but nothing extreme, so it goes there. And still the night morning of the 22nd shows like some minus 36 in Quebec, some minus 30 in Labrador, Northern Manitoba still to minus 36, some minus 37 possibly, in Ontario some minus 29, some minus 36, some areas there, so Nunavut as well. So stay safe in those areas. This goes there and gets a little bit better later. The 24th still cold in Nunavut and on the east there, and northern Alaska, but generally better. So be aware, and the rest is kind of out, but on the 26th shows more cold in Nunavut, extreme cold. So yeah, be aware there. So now the GFS, or let's see the icon first for some different ideas. So the 17th, the 18th, this cold starts coming down, and the morning of the 19th does show some minus 35 in Manitoba, in Ontario, some others in Nunavut minus 40, or even less. This goes on the 20th, some minus 32 to minus 36, even minus 37, possibly some spots, some minus 28, some minus 32. So stay safe. It goes there, and still very cold, some minus 35, some minus 26, and there in Nunavut still some minus 41 shows. So be careful now. The GFS very quick does show the 18th for minus 44 in Nunavut, minus 35 already in Manitoba, minus 33 in Saskatchewan, very cold through northwestern territories. This comes down there, shows the morning of the 19th, minus 34 some parts of Ontario, Manitoba, minus 32, minus 34 to minus 43 in the north. So stay safe. Shows minus 24 some other spots. And on the 20th does shows the morning of the 20th still minus 36, some minus 35 in Quebec, some spots there, some minus 38 in Saskatchewan still. So stay safe in Nunavut and those areas. So please stay safe. Those very cold temperatures there. Now just a quick recap on this wind here. So already shows slightly gust here in the mountains of British Columbia to Alberta there. Shows this strong winds in Alberta, because that system like although some 87 km per gust by the European. Already tonight into Friday, the 17th, this goes shows stronger gusts there, southern Alberta to Friday morning into like southern Saskatchewan, Manitoba, to northern Montana, some higher gusts. So less than 51 mile per gust, North Dakota too, some spots in there in Wyoming Colorado. So it goes there, and to Saturday, does show those Sargas still in North Dakota, Manitoba, like some close to 90 km per gas, some 48 mile per gas, Minnesota, some spots South Dakota. So stay safe. The 17th still a little bit disturbed in New England, the Great Lakes. The 18th, so be careful. Goes there, still shows like Atlantic Canada on the 19th, especially no Nova Scotia, some areas there. Shows like some Camille Pagas to Newfoundland too. So it goes there. Potential some Hargas the 21st, some spots too. Then show some crazy Atlantic systems the 23rd, but not a direct hit. So be aware, especially those winds central Canada plus the blowing snow, and shows there the 19th, the city in Alaska, and southern Yukon, some areas there. So stay safe. Shows some spots in Yukon close to 100 km per gas. Southernmost Alaska, some 66 mile per gas, some 67. So stay safe. Goes there. Still shows a nasty system the 22nd, more southwestern Alaska, and it goes there like possibly more stuff to northwestern Alaska later, the Aleutian Islands. So stay safe there. Now here for the temperature still very cold. Some minus 23 Fahrenheit spots in Alaska, some minus 28, and Anchorage like some 23 Fahrenheit, some spots to 17, minus 11. So it goes there and gets a little bit better southwestern Alaska, but still some central areas cold there. This goes and shows potentially more cold after the 23rd in the north, but this changes all the time, so be aware. Now the temperatures, so shows the maximum temperatures today, the 16th, still some 20s and things the northeast, some 20s the mountains to the Rockies, and the northern place on Thursday this afternoon, warmer in the south there, and tonight to tomorrow the show Friday morning some single digits and low teens the northeast and the Appalachians, the Rockies, especially that single point in Colorado close to minus 16 Fahrenheit where I showed in other videos. So stay safe. Some 30s in the south already. Shows here, so the 17th, some more cold Montana, the northeast, North Dakota, Wyoming, those areas there like in Idaho, in the mountains, the Rockies, and Minnesota. The maximum temperatures to 73 central Texas and some 70s in Florida too, and some 60s, 70s the southwest. So day 2 minimum. So yeah, so this is Thursday night to Friday morning. I thought I already showed this, but shows ending Friday at 7 a.m. So let's see. Shows some 30s in the southeast, some 20s, some teens and single digits northern New England, and more the Rockies, some very cold temperatures central Colorado, and some teens, 20s, even single digits the mountains, those areas. So beware. Maximum temperatures for Saturday the 18th, alright, the cold coming down, some minus 2 they show in the north, some minus 3 Fahrenheit, and some 30s all the way down to Texas Panhandle, some higher 79 in Florida, some 78, still some 60s in the Gulf, and close to 70s most California, some 50s in the valleys, and 20s all the way to Kansas. So Saturday night to Sunday morning, so the morning of the 19th, there I have some minus 17 Fahrenheit in the north, some minus 13, some minus 10 Wyoming, some minus 15s, very cold in Colorado too, and shows center is all the down to central Texas. Just a closer look at the Rockies. shows all the way to minus 22 in Montana, some to minus 19 in Wyoming, some spots there, so stay safe. Shows like some to minus 20, all the way to minus 24 in northern Minnesota, so stay safe. Now for here, national. So the maximum temperatures day 4, so the maximum temperatures for Sunday the 19th still shows some minus 10, some minus 8 in the north, some minus 3, some 30s all the way down to northern Texas, some 20s the Midwest, some teens the Eastern Rockies. But now the morning of the 20th already shows some 29 to central southern Texas, a 30 to northern Florida, and some minus 18, some minus 22, like in Wyoming, Montana, and if you zoom into to North Dakota, let's see if it shows anything here. Come on. So shows all the way to minus 27 northern Minnesota, North Dakota, so minus 20 Wyoming, so minus 10, minus 7, minus 12 scattered across those areas. So please stay safe this cold now for the whole thing again. Just show day 5 maximum, so still the maximum for Monday the 20th still so minus 10 to minus 12 in the north or even less. Very cold in the Rockies, still some negative and single digits, and some 20s all the way down to Arkansas the 20th, and shows still some 60s in Florida and southern Arizona and California. So be careful that cold. Day 5 minimum temperatures. Alright, it shows for like Tuesday the 21st the morning, some 20s all the way down to south central Texas, some teens and single digits northern Texas, some 19 minus 19 to minus 20 North Dakota, Minnesota, some minus 12 like Wyoming, Colorado, those areas, minus 26, no minus, some 26 Fahrenheit in Georgia, the 32 in northern Florida. These are not the wind chips, just the temperature. So right, shows minus 7 in Indiana and Ohio and Pennsylvania, and it could be locally cold in North Dakota, because if you zoom in, you see what happens. So stay safe. The maximum temperature is the 21st. The show still some single digits the north there, and still quite chilly some spots in the south, some 30s, except southern Florida and some spots of Arizona. But stay safe. The night to the morning of the 22nd shows some minus 7 in Pennsylvania and Ohio, and you saw the European model like minus 20 in those areas. The National Air Service forecast just has around minus 7 to minus 8 there, so it could go both ways, but just stay on alert there and monitor for updates. So shows still on the 22nd in the morning, some very cold temperatures, Wyoming, Colorado, the northeast, some negative digits, all the way to minus 8 between New York and Pennsylvania, some 20s down to southern Texas, 31 to northern Florida, some single digits central areas to the Midwest and southern Midwest, and north Midwest, some negative digits, some 20s all the way down to southern Louisiana. So stay safe. Now for a closer look in the Rockies there. The Rockies does show some minus 21 that spot in Colorado there, some minus 10 some areas. Now the northwest Wyoming, some minus 10, some minus 8, some 14, 12, 10 spots in Nevada and not areas. So stay safe in those areas. And day 7 max for the 22nd during the day still shows cold in the north, especially the northeast and the Rockies and the northern plains, but warmer in Florida. So stay safe in those areas there 48-hour snowfall. So until Saturday the 18th, already shows from Montana to Colorado, more snow there. So be aware in those parts of the Rockies, Wyoming, Utah as well. A snowflake or two North Dakota, Minnesota, but very low, almost nothing, and more like West Virginia, especially into like Pennsylvania, New York, some purple areas like 12 inches or even more. So stay safe and some more Michigan, some lake effects there, so be aware. Now the 24-hour freezing rain doesn't show much now because all the freezing rain probabilities are farther in the future, but the wind gusts from from today to tomorrow at 7 a.m. show some very nasty wind gusts in northern Montana, all the way to 70, even 75 mile per gusts, according to the National Weather Service, because these high resolution models that they use shows more precise information. Uh, Oftentimes, the same thing might happen the temperatures there. If I get the HUR or something to see the temperatures might show more precise than the European, but the HUR doesn't go as far out as the Arctic blast, so I had to show those ones. But here, Wyoming, some spots of the mountains, some higher gusts, and breezier, some other spots there. So be aware to those areas. Now, for example, the HUR shows like the total snowfall here for this time frame. So the 11C, the 10C maybe shows like until the 17th tomorrow at 4Z shows that's lighter snow through the northeast, especially in West Virginia and in Canada there, those areas. So yeah, be aware. I don't think it has wind gusts here, but here here does. For example, the HUR shows, I don't know what happened here. So here shows Montana to like some 73 mile per gust, some 64, and some other areas choose even Washington, some other areas. This is the European, and I don't know why the horse is only showing Alaska here. So it does show there like all the 91 mile per hour gust. So sometimes they are very accurate, but sometimes can exaggerate. But I trust more these models than some low resolution ones. So be aware those areas. Now just one last thing to see to see an outlook here. So excessive rainfall now here. So the temperatures, day 6 to 10 temperature probabilities much below average in the south and the east, and the Midwest and the mid south close like 80 to 90% below average. So stay safe there. And the day 8 through 14 a little bit better, but still below average some spots. Shows like some below average precipitation, some areas except the south and the north. Then day 8 through 14 still some above average, some areas there. So be aware those areas. Now for the snow accumulations in Canada, because I showed you the system and everything. The Europeans not like that excited. Shows some 18 inches, some 19 inches, but if this 19 inches fall in a short amount of time, 9 inches, centimeters, sorry. So if this 19 centimeters fall short amount of time, because this system will cross relatively quickly, they could cause some more dangers, some blowing snows, slippery roads. So be careful. Show some more in Alberta too. This is 5 days. Shows a lot in southern Alaska, southwestern Alaska, and western Alaska, especially southern Alaska, the mountains, but western Alaska some more too. Shows some spots of British Columbia and Alberta, the coast of southern Alaska. It starts showing us in the south there. If you think I showed you the accumulations, but I'll show you again soon. So it does show some 18 centimeters in eastern Quebec, some more throughout Quebec, some areas of lake effect in Ontario shows all the way to 30, and some western Newfoundland, some light in Nova Scotia. So stay safe there. Now for inches here. So does show in Louisiana until the 21st, but let's put it until the 24th. So the European does have snow, the deep south there, so some 2 inches, 2.6, has more in the north until the 24th, like some 15 inches, but that changes a lot. So some 2 inches in northern Texas, more the Rockies, northern Utah shows some 4 inches, 1.5 some areas, and especially central Montana, some mountains to 12 inches or even more. So be aware. The GFS shows more concentrated in the north, so it doesn't have that southern event like we had yesterday. And the icon shows on the Gulf shows some more snow. So be aware those areas and stay safe. And also some areas fog, this cold mornings and everything. So stay safe.